Keegan Bradley joining us now. And by the way, because of TGL, I believe we get 2 guests for the price of 1. And with Keegan is the president and CEO of the Boston Common, Mark Lev. Both of you guys, are you guys both there this morning?
Yes, I'm here. Keegan.
Hi, guys. Keegan, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm out here at the Grove practicing a little bit. We were on the TGL yesterday for our first practice, and we're fired up to we're gonna get it done this year.
This is going to be the year. I think. Did you guys not to call you out right away, but went winless last year? I think. Am I right about that?
Yeah, we did. It was a tough year. We just went out and got beat. The guys just beat us, but we got a better strategy this year. We got a better routine that we're going to be in. We got a little more strategy with our hammers, and we're going to be tough to beat this year.
Keegan, Rory made an announcement of some fresh blood for Boston Common coming this week. What does Michael Thorbjornsen do for you guys?
Well, it's so great that he's a local kid from Boston. He's a young player with a ton of potential, hits it really far. He kind of brings a little new blood into our group. I was in there with him yesterday, and he's really excited to be on the team and to make his TGL debut. I think he can really help us.
Mark, is it? Did I hear that Noah Khan is an investor in this group? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not. Or
you're allowed to say it. He is, as is Niall Horan as well. They're both incredibly passionate golfers, and obviously Noah, being from Vermont, has a great New England connection and a connection to Keegan, and Niall, being from Ireland, has a great connection to Rory. So they've been incredible ambassadors for our brand.
Is there any truth to the rumor that this interview is a return for Greg's investment?
No, I'm not. I would maybe look at it. I don't know. I don't know what's a point going to run me over there. Maybe Keegan can get me a deal. Keegan, are you? You probably never end up being over something like the Ryder Cup. But how are you dealing with that these days?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's been a tough time. It's been a tough couple of months since the Ryder Cup. This is something that sticks with you, win or lose, for the rest of your life. And that going in, that the glory of winning is so extreme, but the pain of losing it's going to be with me forever. But I've been back practicing, getting back going for the year, and that's been nice to get back into a routine and get back to what I love to do. And my best revenge can be go out there and have a great year and win some tournaments.
Well, Wiggy knows. Wiggy won a Super Bowl here, and then he lost one. So, yep. Wiggy, you know the pain of that.
Yeah, I know the pain of that. And I would ask Keegan, because, I'm not very good at golf. Is there a difference from,
You're better than Shine.
Yeah, I am better. But everybody's better than Shine, let's be honest. And he plays all the time. Is there a difference from playing indoors to outdoors, kind of like for you guys who are professionals?
Yeah, everything's different. It takes a lot of getting used to it. That's why we have to get into the simulator and really get comfortable. It's really strange to stand and hit into a screen that's so far away. It's really like playing a video game. But when you hit a good shot and you hit what you're looking for, it goes exactly where you're looking. It's just the little things like chipping off AstroTurf, seeing how the green reacts at chipping, but really getting used to the course and getting to know, okay, this is a dogleg left. I can cover that bunker, but I got to aim further right on the screen, and just getting used to that. And when you hit a good shot, it does what you wanted it to do.
What is obviously Tiger has been a huge part of the success that you guys have had when it comes to TGL so far. You hear him speak lately, and it sounds to me like he wants to compete again and play competitively. Like, when you hear him speak, what is your guess at what Tiger wants to do?
Well, I know that Tiger loves competing and loves playing golf, and all he wants to do is get back and play some tournaments. I think he will. I think he's motivated. I mean, I just saw him. He's in incredible shape. Incredible shape. I don't know how he can have these surgeries. It's just he feels solid as a rock. So I think his plan is to come back and play some tournaments at some point. I mean, we all really want him out here. It helps us all, but also as a fan of his and one of my heroes, I love seeing him out hitting balls. Being paired with him in a tournament is still such a thrill. And having him out there and playing on the tour and TGL is it's only great for all areas for everybody.
Could he win? I mean, do you feel like he could win a tournament at this?
Yeah. This thing about Tiger Woods, all he's got to do is just get his body physically able to walk 18 holes. His body's been through a lot, and for us, there's the 18 holes that we play for the tournament, or the 72 holes, but also the practice rounds and the warming up and the practice after the rounds. It's wearing on your body, but when you've had so many surgeries, it's tough. So, I mean, I think his biggest hurdle isn't actually the golf. It's just getting his body in shape to be able to compete for 72 holes.
Keegan, I've always had this question because I'm fascinated by the story of Jim Nantz, and that, I don't know if you've ever had breakfast with Jim Nantz, but the rumor is that he carries a picture of a charred and well-done piece of toast and shows it to the server so that the toast is properly put on the plate. Have you ever seen him do that in action?
So I've never seen it personally, but I've heard of this too. And one thing about Jim Nantz is he's exactly how you think he's going to be. He talks like you could hear his voice from across the room. And he's just the greatest guy. And like I've seen videos where people run up on him and they're like, "Hey, can you commentate my shot?" And it's just unbelievable. He's the best guy. But I've heard the toast thing, and so I believe it.
So, Mark, from the business side of things, not only Boston Common wise, but Lee, it's very difficult to introduce something new like this when it comes to professional sports. And how are you guys doing overall on the business side of things, league wise?
Yeah, the league, we're heading into our second season, and year one, by all accounts, was a overwhelming success. I mean, this is primarily a made-for-TV event, and the television ratings were really strong. And one of the things that was really interesting, and the league was anticipating, was that it would attract a much younger audience and bring a new audience to the game of golf. And that's exactly what happened. In fact, the average age of somebody that watched a TGL match was, like 12 to 13 years younger than one that watches a PGA Tour match. So it was very successful from that standpoint. And most importantly, and Keegan can attest to this, the players really embraced it and enjoyed it, and gives them the opportunity to bring out their personality and let the public see them in a different light. So we have a great foundation to build off of. Our mentor and boss, Larry Lucchino, had an expression: if something isn't broken, let's make it better. So that's the approach that we've been taking at the league level, and certainly with Boston Common Golf.
Keegan, Texter wants me to ask, you can only play one course in New England. What is it? And don't say
the Country Club.
Oh, the Country Club. Okay.
Growing up in New England, like the Country Club was always this sort of, held above every other course. And I never ever got to play it until I played in the U.S. Open there. And ever since I've played there, and I went back once just for a casual round, it's just so spectacular. Yeah. Everything about it, the clubhouse, the yellow clubhouse, the history there. You go into the locker room, it's old school locker room with the metal lockers. And, it was always held to this, higher standard growing up in New England. And when I got to actually go experience it, it surpassed everything I thought about it. It was just incredible.
I don't know if you know this or not, but there is a dark cloud hanging over our state because Leo J. Martin has been determined to be the worst course in the United States of America. Now they're putting $5 million into it, but when it comes to a moonshot, my question for you, as a service to the people of Massachusetts and the world, would you participate in helping them with a redesign over there, or could?
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah,
okay,
I'm in.
All right, so if they're listening on the schneid here on the donut, you would help them.
I thought you were going to ask him if he would show up for the Numbnuts Invitational.
Well, yeah, we would invite you to our Numbnuts Invitational.
I'm gonna pass on that. Thanks,
though. That man's busy. I mean,
it's at Granite Links, and that's a beautiful golf course.
Would you, Keegan?
Yeah, we all have our limits.
Next. Let me ask you this. If you had your druthers next Ryder Cup, just thinking about it ahead of time, would you rather play or would you rather run the whole show again?
So I get that question basically every day of my life now, and I it's such a strange feeling because, my real job is I'm a player. I never asked to be a captain. I never campaigned. These things, you campaign for them, you work for them, you build up for years as a vice captain. This was never on my radar. So when I got the call to be Ryder Cup captain, that was the first I had heard of it. So this was never something that I even imagined I'd ever get to do. But now that I've done it, I have this, and lost, I have this like hole in my soul, really. And I don't know if playing would do it. But I want to play again. My goal is to play on these teams. But certainly I would never pass up the opportunity to do it again. It was the highlight of my life. It's so strange to love something so much and have it really be the darkest time as well. So yeah. It's an interesting thing. I don't know. I some days I'm like, you're a player, go play. And then some days I think to myself, gosh, it'd be great to try that again. But, ultimately this isn't up to me. And, someday maybe I'll get another shot, but I doubt that I will.
It's so interesting to hear you say it that way. So did you really feel like the weight of the entire country was on your shoulders or whatever when it came to that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was really, I didn't anticipate the support and I had this epiphany going middle of last year that, I'm going through something that maybe no one ever has experienced, and that being the Ryder Cup captain, but also being one of the best players in the world and contending to win and winning tournaments and majors. And, I don't know why, but it never crossed my mind the support that I was going to get on the golf course, but also, going to restaurants or pumping gas and people cheering for USA. I don't know why I never put the two and two together, but it was really spectacular. It was really special. It was some of my happiest moments of my life and some of the proudest.
That Sunday, obviously, we'll replay it in our head over and over again, but it was so close to being one of the great moments in the history of American sports with that comeback that almost was.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you, the night before I referenced, I was at the 28-3 Patriot-Falcon game. I was at the game with my wife, and I described to them what it was like to watch it, and how everything had to happen in this exact order for them to win, and it did. And that was sort of my message to the team, and also playing for your country and the pride, and what it would be like to tell your 16-year-old self, even if you were way down, that you had this opportunity. And these guys went to bed. They thought they were going to win. And I'm not just saying that. And I was even shocked. All of us captains were shocked at their demeanor, because I've been on a team that was way down, and we did not have that mentality. We were pissed, and these guys went to bed, players and caddies, we're going to win this. And they meant it. And I thought, these guys, this is crazy. They can't believe they actually, the message worked. But, they went out there and did what they played great. And, Europe made so many putts the first 2 days, and, it's impossible to keep putting at that level. And it was close. It was close. So there was a second there. I never let my mind get that we were going to win, but there was a second there late in the day. I was like, holy cow, this might happen.
Speaking of your beloved Patriots, you think they get to the Super Bowl this season?
Geez, I think they could. I mean, I think that not getting the 1 seed is going to make things a lot tougher. I wouldn't. It just seems like the Patriots have a lot of trouble going to Denver that late in the year. But I'm not. I don't think the Patriots are scared of Denver. I think they can beat anybody. I think getting Milton Williams back and some of the guys that are hurt in the playoffs, they're a different team. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to play the Patriots. I certainly wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
So those who we talked a lot about TGL last season on the show,
Right.
We are fans. And when can we see you guys in action next?
Yeah, our first match is January 2nd, and I can just promise to tell the people of Boston and people of New England, we're going to go out there this year. This means a lot to us. And we're going to go out there. We're going to do everything we can to win this whole thing. We're not going out there to win the match or whatever. We're going out there to win. Anytime, for me personally, and now Michael, anytime you playing with your city and your region on your chest, or you're playing for your where you're from, it means a lot. And just know when you're watching that this means a lot to us, and we're going to go out there and do everything we can to win this whole thing.
All right.
Sounds
Keegan
good.
Bradley, Mark Lev, guys, thanks both of you for joining us, and happy holidays.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Go
guys.
Pats.